Hi, everybody. It's Melissa Lee. Thank you again for tuning into my channel. I want to talk a little bit tonight about my personal journey. As I mentioned before, my wife passed away coming up now on 4 months ago. And that's been a very tough time for me. As I mentioned previously, during our time together, which was married 17 years and together over 20 years, she knew that I dressed in the beginning. And then when we got serious together, I put it away. So I don't know why. I really don't know why. I felt like she wanted just a regular husband, and that's what I was going to give her. And I convinced myself that whole 20 years that I didn't need it anymore, that I was fine being my masculine self. And it took a few months after she had passed, almost 3 months, for my friend to convince me to maybe start dressing again. And as I mentioned before, I resisted it. I thought I was way past that. I didn't think I would ever dress again. And I thought I was too old. I wouldn't look good. And I went ahead and tried it. And again, here I am. I continually am amazed at how good I feel and how I'm pleased with my look. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm beautiful by any means. I know people would clock me in a heartbeat if I was out in public, but I still feel fantastic. And it really makes me wonder what is going on inside of me. I've been watching a lot of other girls who are cross-dressers, who transitioned. They've all told their stories. I've put some links in my other videos to their channels because I think they're wonderful. And they have a lot of great stories to tell of their own experiences because they've been doing this a lot longer than me. So being back after only a month and then dressing for a couple of years, 20 years ago, big difference. We're talking 2 decades, a lot to process. And I'm still processing it. I'm still learning who I am, how I want to present myself, um, how much of myself am I going to share with the public. Now, I do have some uh, social media pages. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, and I have my YouTube channel. And I have no problem being out there as Melissa Lee, but I'm keeping Melissa and my other persona totally separate. And I talked last time about the pink fog and being so excited and thrilled, and that you just feel so exuberant you want to just share it with the world, shout from the rooftops. And yet we have to be careful because friends and family would probably not react well. And I really had to take that into consideration. There were some people in my life I was seriously considering telling. I'm not so sure now. Um, I think it's too soon. I think I need to take time to myself. I will continue to dress at home as often as I can. I have met some wonderful ladies uh, who informed me that there are some great locations to go out around my area within driving distance. There's a drag show in one bar a couple nights a week. There's some other clubs nearby, and we're going to make some plans to meet and get out. And I love that. I love socializing. I love being out. I like having a drink. I like laughing. I like being out and having a good time. For me, this is soothing. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I had a bad day today. I had a slight falling out with a friend of mine, and not a dresser. Um, not really happy with my day job, not really happy with where things are going in my life because I know there's some big changes coming for me, including a move. I'm not sure when that's going to be. I keep putting it off, thinking it's going to be later in the late spring, early summer, put my house up for sale, move closer to my family. And yet something's nagging at me to start sooner. And I don't know what to do. And it's one of those things where I believe you really have to sleep on it. I'm very spiritual, so I could try to meditate on it. It's really hard to get the brain clutter to stop, though. So I'll do my best. I'm sure the answers will come. As time goes on, I'll figure it out. And I guess that's the point of this video is not to be in a hurry to rush things. Be myself, experiment some more. I've been out of the game for so long, there's so much I still have to learn. So I'm just going to keep learning. I'll meet with some other girls. I'll have some fun and see where it takes me. And then when I do relocate, I have to find an area where I know where some areas are where I can be me again, being out and being accepted. So we'll see where that goes. Now, I am excited today because I finally got a pair of shoes I ordered. I've been seriously lacking in the shoe department. You know, I'm not a big girl, but I have bigger feet, which is really hard to find my size. But I got these wonderful sandals, strapped heels, and they fit great. I can walk in them great. I love them. They complete my outfits, and now I'm ready to go out. I also want to talk to people who have questions. I know there's a lot of people watching the channel. They're following me on social media, and I'm getting the typical, chasers, people out there hitting on me left and right, and I pretty much ignore most of them. If somebody talks to me respectfully, I will talk to you. I'll have a conversation. I am not looking for hookups. I am not looking for casual encounters. Um, I'm not looking for a long-term relationship. If I meet someone who I'm attracted to and we hit it off, then trust me, I am taking it slow because I've seen what happens when you rush into things. I don't want to get hurt. I'm also coming off of a 17-year marriage. I respect my wife. I love my wife. And I know she wants me to be happy. Um, I've grieved. I've been grieving. I'm still grieving. It may not look like it when I'm doing these videos because this is kind of a therapy for me, being able to express myself and let this out and give a big sigh of relief. And so I feel better about myself. So now I'm down to dressing at least 3 or 4 times a week. And as I mentioned before, I work from home, so I can get away with it. I don't have to go in the office. But let me tell you, these dresses and outfits that I have, I could wear these into the office, and my work is kind of very progressive. They would be open to it. I could walk in and work as Melissa, and they wouldn't bat an eye. In fact, they would love it. They'd think that's a feather in their cap. So it's tempting sometimes. There's no offices near me. I have to work from home because everything's across the country. That's probably for the best. I'm not quite ready to get out there. Do you know what I mean? It's one thing going to a club or a restaurant or a meeting place where other girls can get together. It's quite another thing to put yourself out in the middle of the public, walking through a park or going to the mall and baby steps. Everything's baby steps. For those girls who are dressing at home and afraid to go out, um, for whatever reason, you're afraid you don't pass, or you're afraid of getting clocked, as we call it, discovered in public. Totally understandable. Absolutely understandable, especially in everything that's going on right now. which again, I try not to get too political, but I'm very outraged by a lot of stuff that's going on here right now. People who I used to like and respect, who the way they're talking right now, they're making it sound like all transgendered people are pedophiles, or they want to shoot up Christians, or it's just ridiculous. There's so many nice, wonderful people. You're taking a class of people and taking the couple of bad apples and broad brushing everybody into that system. Uh, I feel the same way about owning guns. I own guns. I totally support the Second Amendment. Okay. And you know what? Girls need to protect themselves. So if I go out, don't be surprised if I'm packing, because you don't know when you have some crazy who's going to come up to you and try to hurt you or do something to you. So I believe everybody has that right, but we can't let the few crazies define a whole culture or a whole group of people. We have to be smart about this. We have to admit that there is a lot of societal instability, mental illness, confusion, and I think it's going to take us a while to figure our way through it. My goal is to be a voice of reason, which you may or may not agree with, and that's perfectly fine. We don't have to agree to get along or be friends. We don't have to always be on the same page. I am willing to talk to other girls who may have questions, who are afraid to come out, who have questions about going out or how to dress, the best ways to look. I mean, there's a million wonderful tutorials on YouTube. Look them up, put in your search strings, and you will find some great videos on makeup tips, on dressing, hair, how to act in public. Some longtime transgendered women who put out some wonderful videos on all of their experiences. So I highly recommend you check them out. I don't have a lot more to say tonight. I'm, again, just wanted to vent a little bit because I had a bad day, talk a little bit about how I'm feeling, and this is more like a journal for me about my journey, where I'm going to go from here. And I will share that with you if you're willing to watch and listen. Now, I'm getting people viewing my videos, but I only have one subscriber. So please hit that subscribe button. Let's get some people in here. Let's get some conversations going. That's what I like. I like being social. I like talking with people. So until next time, which will probably be this weekend, this is Melissa Lee, and I'm signing off, and I will catch you all later. Kisses, girls.